folks. It's 9:24 a.m. on the 17th day, 7th month, 2023. What we got going on here is such a flip-flop in ways of totals of accesses that I've seen in a long time. Earlier today, I'm going to just pull this up. This screenshot showing this is a light 40 centimeters of a hanging out storm, and it seemed so unlikely to me, but they had these totals been showing up to me now for about 36 hours, and only now has it changed when I went to go live. But I kept track of these things just to show you that. And I took that screenshot this morning. So even that total right there is not good at all for and ECMWF says you ain't even getting no rain at all. This is a very hard forecast to do. So what I ended up doing is piecing together. I've run these off all of them and pieced together what did I say the other day. Where is the water now? Where is the low moving? And the only way to see the low moving now is come on set view down here. Where am I? I'm off the coast of Chemtrails over there. Is to look over here. Alright, there'll be a low that starts to form here. And if the low forms here, she dances up the coast. The EMF's going to play a huge role in what happens. If we have an up and over the top, while this is coming up the bottom, you guys are in for an inundation. You'll be in for days of rain. Many days, actually. So I'm going to go through your possibilities. I'm going to give you my dang sure opinion on it. And I'm going to load this live so I can answer your questions the best I can for you guys. What do we got here now going on? Ooh, look at the gilt here. You had a lot of chem going over the top here. I seen you had a couple planes go by, left some big ropes of chem. To determine if it's a natural contrail, it would be how long does it last? Condensation should go to, the cloud will go away usually within about a minute. When it becomes near enough the temperature of the air around it, it goes away. If it lasts all forever and ever and ever, it's got something in it. Fuel additive, something in the smoke, or whatever. And it needs to be dealt with. And I did see those big chemtrails. He also had this big sickness mixed crap, this big wispy, not pleasant to see cloud formations over here near your Cookington Straits. Captain Cook's Cannonballs. Yeah, sorry, that's a joke that happened today. Hey, you guys, get on that Australia page, or you could pan your own gold. And evidently, some of Jeff King's gold from over here in Golden Bay is available in that. I suggest you enjoy an afternoon of that. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. Oh, New Zealand paid her. Yeah, I put a link on my wall. It's fun to me. Get your hands in the earth. You get a big birthday party, everybody be panning. Pan. Have something tangible to pan. Look at the face there. Ooh, look at that there. No, I don't get paid advertising. I just think if there's something cool we could do together with the youngins, it's not a perverted thing. You get them into the earth and stuff, and you get their minds exploring the wonders of the crystals around them that are in the ground. Get them in the streams instead of killing their dreams or giving them dreams that we have no way to give them. So it looks to me like the low is going to form here is that has a drag effect on that. They're going to have to shoot a beam out from the south to cut that tendril. Maybe Auckland Island might do that, or one of the other ones down here. We got a lot. It looks like most of the flow is being held up by EMF through here. So all this had to dive south to Tassie, which is going to increase some of your totals over the next few days along here as these chem bands have their effect upon your weather. That you will see today. I'm not happy with these totals that I'm seeing, so I'm going to go through that here in a minute. Since this is rolling nice, There's a mighty V-shaped cloud right there from known weather radar stations, eh? Your fryer is on. Man, that must be irritating you. Feeling a bit lethargic out there underneath this mess of crap? Okay, and that thing swept that direction. See it? It's sweeping. Yeah, so we got to sweep in from the low deck from the ocean. We got chemtrails full of dusty crap from out west coming this direction here. We've got a beam here, here, and here. Those stations are on holding us off the coast. We've got... I can read these glitches because I know about them wicked witch glitch bitches. Hey Darwin, nice pulse going out there, eh? Can't buy much. Zzz. See, that waveform is not just small. That's a big wave. Look how far it's gone. See it? It's a blast. That holds the tropics off in that direction. Right, so none of that flow is going to come into the Carpentaria area. Big square edge to it happened just there. See it? That's a big waveform. That would be possibly her. Yeah, but most likely Alice can do that too. It's in the center of it. That's a big boy right there. Bzzz, getting fried, getting fried. It lines all the way over to here. And here's your La Nina, your El Grande excuse. And when they put the block down, they drive that flow right down through the Vanuatu uterus down here. It's what I call that. A lot of storms are birthed here. And you got lots of islands that you can do that effect I show you with the radars, where you could control where the flows come in and where they do not. By creating heated barriers between the islands with NexRad radar beams that are supposed to be showing you the weather. Yeah, so I'll look and see if I see any evidence of that going on too. So where do I want to go next? Hey, let's go to the blast. There's a huge blast, absolutely massive blast has occurred. Watch. See if you see it. Bzz. There's your La Nina. They have just manipulated the major river of moisture. You have this spinner coming off down here, headed toward the Hawaii handoff, where Hawaii will make a decision, where beams will come out and either barrier it north or barrier it south. If they barrier it north, they put a bridge right here and here. Then it dives. Boom. They've already had one. That tendril's already coming. And if they bunch that up with a beam here, that begins to spin. Starts kicking its moisture right down. And this was flowing that direction, right, in a high way, towards this tropical band. I know they've got a blast here. So most of that moisture right there is headed into this mess here, towards the Philippines. Yeah. Hey, so I'm watching out for you guys because of that. Let's see if we can pick up the beam that did this. Alright, I'm gonna go with Australia feed here. Australian Fiji, like you don't deserve a mention here, New Zealand, all the frying you do, everybody from your capitalist. Capitalist. The catalyst capitalist. The capitalist topitalist. Topless capitalism. They're waving it right in your face. Boom. I'm not really picking up anything definitive yet other than that beam right there. No. I'm not picking up anything definitive. Well, look at Fiji. She's beaming that direction toward the river. Christ, is a bit of a stop up. I watch you like a hawk, Fiji. You blast all the time. And so do you, Vanuatu. They ain't leaving you out of it there at the Tongans. Tonganja. Tonganja. I bet that would be some good weed, wouldn't it? We're gonna have some Tonganja. Yeah, watch some cool ride. Big square over Invercall over here. Bzzz, tiger in the other direction. Watch. Beaming in the sea. Beaming in the sea, beaming in the sea. Oh, those poor creatures, 'cause we're beaming in the seas. Let's see what we got there. Trying to confirm a Ione order and get everything in the mail today. I don't play games when it comes to mailing. If it's across the street, do you have an yeah, that's a big beam you've given out there, Fiji. Look at that. That's a blast. Look for evidence of that. We've had 3 crush beams over here, too. That puts a big earthquake risk here in your Fiji. What have you done to your neighbors? Well, I can't pick up a definitive on that one yet. So it might take a few hours for it to show up on the feed because they often delay it. And there's some timestamps going by for the particulars. So I'm going to turn that one off. I got that one on. And let's roll that forecast. I'm going to have to roll 2 of them because I'm not happy with what I'm seeing. I was happy to see the totals go down in that one. It's why I didn't want to show anything too soon. But if I had to come back upstairs, it's still a design. It should have been where it said 40. So that's a lot. I'm not seeing enough water around to support a 40. I see enough around to support 20 centimeters and every bit of that. But when it said 40, I said, wait a minute. Are they trying to make me look bad? Or why are they playing it down? If excess is what Down Under uses for its weather, how come they haven't said a word that a weak Earth, the models are showing something terrible? We want to keep an eye on something. This is what I call it. I could have chose to give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3. It's just a wait. Are any of them going to tell anybody? Because I'm curious. Does the Met Service give a fuck? Do they have any integrity left, or is it all down to commercials? And if so, it's time for independent weather forecasting to become the norm. If a meteorologist means lying, or holding information back until a certain amount of time so nobody jumps a gun, then that's wrong. Many of these places are going to take time. You see that up and around? Now we're getting around at 23rd. I was worried about. I'll have a look at the pressure now. It always puts funkatized lines on the screen. I don't like funkatized lines. See, that thing is dancing down south. We got a single, 1, 2. It's a bad setup. That means the flow has to pop another one. It just has to. So this is where it doesn't make sense. This is where their forecast makes no sense. Because all the dynamics say there should not be a high. If 1038 sitting here, unless they fry the hell out of your asses. It's the highest pressure for wintertime. It makes no sense. As I said, this is where it gets weird. Or I have to switch. And have to do the switch, I have to come back here. And where they're showing then around the 23rd, that low pressure system I said that would be there is there. And it's perked right over the top of Auckland. A cyclonically moving system. And that's so should I just stick with my guns and go with excess? I think I should. Because all the dynamics of it are showing in the clouds down there. But what they say is going to happen is here. Right as this comes up through here. I can see that over here. Don't take rocket science to try to determine which one's lying to you. You'll look for the frosting on the face of the kid that ate the cake. You'll find it. Or frosting under the fingernails. Be careful with that one. Look at this waveform coming across you guys. But everything on the low deck's burning that way. This thing just rolled across. That was dramatic when it came. We will call you the quake maker when it meets that line of VMF over here. Bzz, bzz, boom, boom, click, click, snap, shake. Shaking, 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 baking, shaking. Bzz, getting fried, Tasman Sea style. Get your Cook's cannonballs. I'll tell you that story later. Oh my, look at the waveform coming through here. There's definitely evidence of EMF, and another one's meeting back in that direction. That's going to cause a bit of rain through here at some point coming up. The Merkin cloud over here. It's an alien, man. It's a giant ship over the top of us. Yes, EMF nucleating a bunch of clouds. It's spinning in a high pressure direction. This is spinning in a low pressure direction. Going to flow over that meeting that there means that the fuckery has occurred and they have toxified your skies. They got you toxified, toxifliers. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Look at this line of sixes out here at sea. Any of you flight trackers picked up anything weird going on out there? You flight tracker watchers? You realize you got to show for above what you're seeing to draw correlations? How would you use flight tracker? Yeah, I've never seen anybody do it the way I think would work. I ain't got time. I just show you. Rather concentrate on your weather. Look at the face. Ooh, predators. Yeah, damn sure get some EMF going over the top of you guys. So let's go back to the forecast deals over here. Let's zoom it way back. And we'll turn the pressures off. And we'll go through what Access has to say about this. Particle animation. Wind sound. No wind at all. Birdies and crickets, man. Birdies and crickets. The crickets are in the snacks. They have a trail bar. Crickets. Instead of feeling crook, feeling crick. Here's the low hitting the bottom. All the cloud mass has to do that when it hits like it's doing, like I'm seeing on the set view. And then the dragon at top, the peninsula up there, splits the storm, forms the second law. Double dancer. If the flow in Cook Strait changes, you'll have three. And then the up and around would be devastating for Hawke's Bay, for the nose of the Kiwi up there, and where its beak is. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Remember, La Nina is a lie. They're moving around the river of moisture, manipulating it. And this is the low that don't go away. These totals are going to come over a long period of time. But there'll be two bucketing situations where you're going to have some really heavy flows. And this is a bad situation for Napier area if this continues like this. Winter time in the Southlands, it will be a beautiful sight to see. You get your firewood ready. It look like you got some action coming down there. New snow totals on the 10s looking like, because I'm curious. They never agree. They couldn't give a forecast to a fart on a can of beans. And there's no warning on a can of beans, so you may cause guess. May disrupt your marriage for morning and night. Beans. Hey, Takaka, how you doing? This is what Access says you're getting. And I think it is fairly close. Hey, take that down a little bit. No way you're getting that much. I don't see enough water down here yet. I can see that being fairly accurate. It was going for 20s along here. How many days ago? And here's that area. Hey, everybody in the world, you know what? You know how you pronounce that? It's pronounced fuck-a-tony, man. Fuck. You can get rid of the rest of that. That's how you can have t-shirts that just says that on. Everybody thinks you're saying whack, but you really be saying fuck. Yeah. Whack you. Come on, like that tendril's gonna split just like that. I call bullshit on their graves. It's gonna be higher. Maybe this picture here is fairly accurate. Ooh. That's right, I was showing that split tundra here, so we've doubled the amount. If the rain continues heavier and heavier on an 8 days worth of absolute shellacking of water, you're fucked. And you're finally showing the corridor here near Hervey Bay, having a terrible tendrils hitting it coming up. So we're going to keep a good eye on the nothings to the somethings occurring for you guys. I've told you I have a lot of concerns. Agnes Water. Hey, what's your back there? 17, they came D, and Agnes Waters was brought to its knees. They never stood, so freedom died upon the lawn that they shit at night. Hey, that's right. And on the chem bombs to me ain't a game. If you think they're fake, they could kill you just the same. Look at this shit, Vanuatu. Where half a meter of water coming. Has anybody told you guys? And it's on the ECAWF. Everybody's saying there's a big tendril moving by. And they're moving it up toward the Philippines. It's an obvious because the bean said so. But whenever they move that up, they have to cut it. And some has to come down. And that's where you guys are going to get fucked. Probably about, be on the 14s. If they gave one that accurate, you'll start to see a tundra moving down. Probably about here would be a good spot to move it. And if you want a storm to catch it from the outside and bring its water and you send it down this side here. Yeah, this is just how it works. Yeah, I've been watching it too long. Tendril in your asses. Look at all these tendrils out here. Each one of these can come in. You prep those together and them 200 mile an hour move that shit. I'm serious. Some of them upper level winds ain't no joke, and so they can use their lateral flows. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Well, it's cool, but it's not cool how they're doing with it. If they could bring water to put out a wildfire that fast, they should. And usually they're moving at about 120, 150 miles an hour. Yeah, it's fast, isn't it? And if you were up there in it, you wouldn't even feel a breeze because you'd be moving with it. Take that shit out. Hey, Coast Road, how you doing there, Curfingtons? Harbor, and a buka heads there, buka. Looking like you get some relish coming down there. What's that about for? Yeah, 5 centimeters on the 10. But all that's going to come in a fairly short notice. So we'll be watching for that, probably timing it towards when you're going to go have fun weekend, while the kids are out. So we'll be watching for you over here very, very closely. All right, so let's keep our eyes on the prize. You know what the prize is? Being allowed to live in such a beautiful world. Don't ever forget that. See if we got any questions. I'm loading this screen up. Hey, this is the only time we can use this computer is when I stream or do my Imagineering. Alright, we're picking up that big square here. I need to see what the low looks like down here. Where is it going to fold? Right, I got a pulse here. See it coming out? The square here. See, that's blocked that. The straight is blocked. The flow is black. She's got to fold up the coast. There's no way it's not gonna. All right, look at the cam here. Streaming off. Boom. Somebody did loops out here. Wrote the word ounce. 3 ounces. That's supposed to be what they get for poisoning us bastards. It ain't just EMF there. There's bomb clusters in this mix here off the coast, like the number 5. It's like they bought any random firework. And they do have numbers. And somebody who 50 years old can have a 5 and a 0 firework shot in the air. Right? And it says it. I'm not thinking outside the realms of eminent possibilities. It's definitely a non-full retardo type explanation. Yeah, I used that term, get over it. Just don't ever point at a kid and say that in front of me. I'll have you. Look at the bonds in the triple formation here. It's very geometric. That's the Kiwis. He's got a really long beak. Twink, twink, bucket right in your bum bum. Woo! It's nice to see some clear skies over here. These big square skies. From clear to square. Clearly square. Palmerston North. Palm Jab. Are there palm trees there? Lots of them? I'm curious. Probably pines. Smelled a lot of pine trees there. It was real nice. You're hearing life go by my window, that buses and stuff. So, what did you learn earlier? So that would be another way to spell fang. You could write fuck fang. You could change the name of a town to fuck fang. Where do you live? I live in fuck fang. Oh, really? I live in suck my dick. Outside Commodia. Hey, look at the big square over here on the west coast here. Irritated much? Has your ears ringing? Ooh, that's your boogeyman. As long as I don't see the tiki, I'm happy. No, I don't want to see it. No, I don't. I'm not going to go look at it, Eddie. Now, you're a few days away from the tiki. It should be a long, hard rain event. Doesn't look like the winds should be a super issue, from what I've seen already. Yeah, but that could change at any time with an EMF blast. Once that cold air from them snows hit them mountains and creeps down in that valley, yeah, your risk of some of that kind of activity will increase greatly, actually. Australia, it's nice to see you get some clear areas here. I was worried about some heavy totals coming up in this direction here. Oh yeah, that's what a round storm looks like in the center. Yeah, what typhoon is this? Yeah, let's see if I can find my old, my tropical cyclone page. They got more freaking weather shit out here than you ever imagined. And we're seeing this tropical cyclone. There we go. Oh, it was right there. I want to find out about this one. Or let's find out about you. A tropical whatever the hell what the hell is going on with this? Right, I've got to reset magnification. Right, this one ain't being very happy. Alright, let me fix this. Alright, let's do it like that. Hey. Right, it says she's tracking in. His winds are low. His pressures are, I need information. Go over here and click intensities. It should put the pressures. Yeah, come on, if it was a 954 to have not a cloud in the eye, that would have clouds. 64, that's barely. Come on, there's such a discrepancies in the data. You can't measure how fucking fast something is accurately, all three of you at the same time. I failed that whole class. Wonder if they got any good imagery on it. They will. You want some imagery on this one? Let's see. Stop it. I want that off. I don't need their forecast. I don't need their intensity. Fuck their political map. Fuck their latitude. I want told you I was gonna suss this light. I want get the infrared. Can I get a film on it? I'd like to see it moving. I got more toys. You guys are about to see me diving in. Where's my Himwari 8? Give me a minute while this loads. No, that's not the one I want. That's way too much data that takes. Yeah, that's a very odd shape to the center of a storm, wouldn't you say? I'd say it is. I'm going to pull this up too. Now I have two Himwari 8s. One of them actually gives me... Wouldn't you like to see a moving image of that? I'm about to give up. Get it later. Himwari 8. A dashboard of imagery. I'll just type it. Download precious filters are brighter. This one might be it. No. Not that one. Maybe this one will give me a black earth animation. What the fuck? How does it be the shit that comes up? I might have to suss this later. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to suss it later. All I know is isn't that way like a hurricane or a tropical cyclone should lie. with all these chem bombs in the middle, all these dit-dit-dit-dit-dits and squares and triangles and fizzes and bombings and man-madeness. And it's gonna go and it's gonna kill people. And it's gonna go in that valley through here where all the Three Gorges Dam and all that is. That so many people live underneath it. If something was to happen to it, it's gonna kill a lot of people. But, you know, when depopulation is a spoken about agenda, then it's not too far-fetched to wonder if that's being achieved sometimes with geoengineering itself, which saddens me greatly. There's not a country in this world that I couldn't go back within a day or two of imagery here and not find that geoengineering going on. Everybody gets it. Nice and clear over Turkey. It's beautiful to see. Ash Chemtrails. This is just nice to see. Nice to see some clear. But I still see a haziness to it. Some pollutioniness to the upper atmosphere. That was nice to see. This is out here in the Atlantic Ocean, isn't it? The Isomolak big pulse went up there and interfered with the chip during that moment. You have to excuse that fan noise. Precious for haze when it comes out only when it's needed. This is horrendous. This guy ain't boiling this guy with EMF. And they've had earthquakes up near Alaska. Large ones. Look at the smoke from the Canadian fires covered nearly 2/3 of this entire nation. Look at this. Look at the smoke. This is the crime scene. They geoengineering can make a storm and put that out. But it's not being used for that. It's not. And it saddens me greatly, feeling these trees burning away, burning to death. Their carbon going in the air when we're supposed to be reducing carbon. Their memory going away. With animals living in them without warning. Whole areas in a circle burning towards the center. Where's Bambi gonna go? Well, we're all fucking Bambi right now. Now look at this sickness streaming over California, Bakersfield. Santa Maria. Escaleria. My God, look how far we've digressed as empaths, as a species as a whole. Don't let us be a bunch of feces species, that's for sure. It's a feces species. Look at the smoke toxifying the lungs of the people in Indiana, Ohio, Cincinnati, Cleveland. It'll be headed toward New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and all that. And all you people are going to have it. Cap it, cap it, cap it. Have it. Geoengineering could have put that out. Geoengineering could drop that smoke right now. But it's not being used that way. It's not being used that way. And it's getting ready to be used to land grab Hawke's Bay again. Parts of New Zealand. They hadn't been grabbed and greedy glutched and had their roads washed out and their bridges stopped working and their stores, supplies fucked. Until the only thing that can go back in them is the fake bullshit crap. While they block your sight and Mr. Bird says, excellent. Excellent. Well, this is not excellence. This is not what humane beings do. Make a choice. Say, I am not a human being. I am a humane being, and I will be humane. Absolutely devastated some of what they show coming. I run through both your forecasts, I think. This is the ones that says the worst. Well, they could bring on the worst. Yeah, sometimes that just brings out the best in us. I'm very worried about this up and around move. So you'll be watching the beams very closely now. Now the localized next threads are going to become very important in the manipulation of this storm. See how many days the up and around goes in? It's not cool at all, man, not cool. So I'm going to roll the radar. You know, the ZMF. If I didn't have this Ioni device in my pocket all the time, I imagine it'd be torturous to do what I do. It keeps the molecules right back down to the 783 11th harmonic that it needs to be. They took our vibe away. And well, vibes is what everything grows in. It decides what to be on. You know, a vibrating string, vibration a certain way is a molecule. It's just how that goes. It's beautiful. Yeah, it looks like you get some showies here coming to Chris. The islands of Brisbane and up Goldie there, so you might want to watch the low-lying areas there for any kind of activities. You can even see a water spout out there. I see a lot of conditions are right for this. How cold is it? Let's see what your temperatures are going to be. I know they get really hot out west in the U.S., but I am not surprised. That's your wind. Yeah, you're going to have some decent surf. You are. Let's see. I was wanted. Hey, excuse me, I'm not well. Alright, radars. I'll just go back to it. It looks like that's when your action is coming along that coastline there. Those heavy totals around Agnes Water and all that. You're around the 23rd. When that thing walks the coast, so she's going to come off spinning. She could very easily come across here and boom, right through the universe. And down. I'm watching. Geoengineering is it's complicated, but it's simple. You get your head around the fact it's going on. Start thinking about thermodynamics, how water works, electric. You have to know about electricity, flows, and if you have a background in air conditioning, it'll help. You can think about pressure drips and temperature changes. It's the dip down, and a beam will come up to back it up. You're going to walk one through. This through that side, that down that side, and then they'll meet. Burnt pine. Here's a weird one coming. Watch this space. I see a weird one coming. Could it be the curveball? I hope not. I would like it to just go away, this geoengineering. Go. Let's consider it a bad thought. Right? The thought police come and take you away if you think that blocking sunlight and spraying toxic things over the entire plane is a good idea. That's the best I can do for you. I'm feeling very tired. Big love. Peace.